A massive wave of Ukrainian drone strikes hit targets deep inside Russia, including the capital Moscow and the critical Black Sea port of Novorossiysk, in one of the most significant aerial offensives of the war. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed its air defense systems successfully intercepted and destroyed 69 drones overnight across 10 regions, including Moscow, Kursk, Volgograd, and Crimea. In the Moscow region alone, authorities reported that 19 drones were shot down, with fallen debris causing damage to residential buildings and prompting the temporary suspension of flights at major airports. The attack on Novorossiysk resulted in casualties, local pro-Russian sources confirming at least 2 people were killed and 3 others injured. The scale and range of the strike demonstrate Ukraine's growing capability to project power far beyond the front lines, targeting both symbolic political centers in Moscow and strategic economic infrastructure in the south. The Russian government placed several cities on high alert, reflecting the widespread nature of the assault and the challenge of defending such a vast territory from asymmetric aerial threats. This coordinated offensive occurred as world leaders gathered in New York for the United Nations General Assembly, shifting the conflict into sharp focus on the global stage. The dramatic escalation on the battlefield unfolded alongside a highly anticipated diplomatic meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. President Trump, speaking after their talks, reaffirmed his strong backing for Ukraine's fight and the unity of the NATO alliance. He lamented Ukraine's resilience and emphasized what he described as the poor state of Russia's economy, suggesting that firm action was needed against countries aiding Moscow's. President Trump also indicated a willingness to employ friendlier persuasion with allies like Hungary to maintain a united front. Crucially, he stated that the United States is now open to selling whatever weapons NATO members need to provide to Ukraine for it to win the war. However, the administration clarified that it would not provide a formal security guarantee to the European Union or NATO until after the conflict with Russia is conclusively over. This position underscores a continued emphasis on burden sharing among European partners while significantly ramping up the potential for military support. President Zelensky expressed profound satisfaction with the outcome of the meeting, saying that it was the most meaningful discussion he has had with President Trump. He characterized the new level of trust established, suggesting that Donald Trump now trusts him more than Putin. Zelensky portrayed the American president as the one person who can radically change the dynamic of the war, stop the fighting, and bring Russia back to the negotiating table. He also accused Russian President Volodymyr Putin of spreading false information about Ukraine's progress on the battlefield, asserting that the meeting with Trump provided a crucial counter-narrative. The leaders underscored a shared commitment to defending Ukrainian sovereignty and moving the conflict toward a just resolution. The timing of the large-scale drone attack is seen by some analysts as a deliberate demonstration by Ukraine of its strategic needs and capability, aimed at proving to its Western allies, and specifically the Trump administration, that with sufficient support, it can effectively strike deep into Russian territory and challenge Moscow's military dominance. The situation presents a complex and volatile new phases in the international response to the war. President Trump's comments regarding NATO's right to shoot down Russian aircraft that violate alliance airspace, while simultaneously noting that the U.S. response to subsequent consequences would depend on circumstances, introduced a layer of strategic ambiguity. This stance is interpreted as a firm warning to Russia while also pressuring NATO members to enhance their own defensive capabilities. The combined effect of the military strikes and the high-level diplomatic meeting signals a potential intensification of the conflict. The ability of Ukraine forces to conduct such a widespread attack will likely lead to severe retaliatory measures from Russia, both on the battlefield and in the form of increased attack on Ukrainian energy and civilian infrastructure. The firm support from the Trump administration, coupled with the demonstrated Ukrainian military capability, set the stage for a prolonged and increasingly internationalized conflict, with the potential for further escalation as both sides seek to gain a decisive advantage before any future negotiations can begin. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe this escalation leads to a Ukrainian victory or a prolonged and even more destructive war? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your analysis and opinion in the comments below. Like the video and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.